Hi everyone, this is Crystal, and today I am working on week 28 in my 2020 Project Life album. I have the new August kit from Citrus Twist Kits here. This is the storytelling life crafted kit. I have some of the digitals, and I have the add-on kit as well. This is actually the first project I am creating with this kit. It's not the first one you'll see, but it's actually the first one I'm creating. So it's all brand new to me. I'm excited to dig in and get started.
So I'm going to start by going through the cards that are in this kit. I did do an unboxing of this, so I have looked at everything. It's just been a couple weeks, so I don't really remember everything that's here. But I'm going to start by just going through the cards and figuring out which ones I want to use on this spread. You'll see I move things around a little bit here as I get started, just to get a good balance and figure out where everything looks best and what goes with my photos. So while I'm doing that, I just wanted to let you know that I am actually filming this away from home. So I was staying with family, and that's why things may look a little bit different. I tried to set things up really close to the way I have them at home, but the one thing I didn't realize is that they have a ceiling fan, and those lights and that movement of the fan shows up in the video a little bit. So I apologize for that. If that is distracting to you, then I am definitely sorry about that. I think that I fixed it after this video, so I think future videos hopefully won't have that if I remembered to turn it off every time. But yeah, unfortunately, that did happen. I do move the spread over, so at least the glare is on a different part of the spread in a little bit. So I've chosen my cards. I did move a couple photos around just to get a good balance. And then I'm going to go through the die cuts. And there are so many beautiful die cuts in this set. I had a hard time deciding which ones to use. So I'm going to do my usual thing where I just kind of plop things down onto the page where I think they might work. And then I will go back through and edit and choose exactly which ones I want to use as I work through each card or photo. So I'm grabbing ones that first of all go with the colors, and the colors that I'm using here are basically all the colors. I've chosen that ombre rainbow grid and that card that says too good for words that is also kind of rainbow colored. So I know I can choose any of the colors and they're going to work on this spread, and that's my challenge. If you visit the Citrus Twist Kit blog, you'll see I have a post up today challenging you to do the same thing. So pick a card or a paper that has lots of colors on it, and then just add embellishments in all those colors on your spread. Doing these kind of colorful spreads just makes me so happy when I see them and when I'm creating them. And so my challenge to you is to do the same thing. You can read more about that on the Citrus Twist Kit blog, which I will have linked down below. But as I'm working here, you can see I've chosen to create some little clusters on all of my photos. So that's kind of where I'm headed here. I'm just trying to choose which of these pieces work best. I'm giving myself some options, like I said, so that I can later on kind of go through and edit down to what I actually think works best on the spread. I do still want a good balance of colors. So even though I'm using kind of all the colors, I do want to make sure that they're all kind of represented on each part of the spread. So if you think of these pocket pages as broken down into quadrants, I want to make sure that there's some bit of each color kind of represented in each quadrant. That's kind of how I work. It's not a hard and fast rule. I do allow myself to just go with what feels right. If that doesn't mean that there are all the colors in all the quadrants, and that's okay too, but that's kind of where I start. And then I can let um, my own taste kind of dictate from there. Okay, so there are tons of embellishments in these kits, as you can see. I definitely want to use these gorgeous alphas on my title card, so I'm just thinking about how I'm going to ground them. This is a grid card. I could just add them directly onto the grid, but I do want a place to stamp my date, so I'm going to use one of these labels, just trying to figure out which one will work best. And I decide to go with that dark blue one just because there is a lot of dark blue in the bottom of this spread in that ampersand card. And right now I have some dark blue in the far right bottom corner as well, although that isn't going to stay there. But I thought that dark blue would kind of add to that color on the page. and it will kind of echo that ampersand card because I'm using the teal alphas and then the dark blue label. And I will use that Oh Hey die cut because I love it. I think it's perfect for this title card. I did go away and grab my Thickers alignment tool, which I did bring with me on my trip. I don't leave home without it. So I'm just going to line up the title here, which is week 28. Yes, week 28. And then I will add that just above where I've added that label. And then I'll go ahead and date stamp my dates onto that label. You'll notice when I do date stamp, I don't get it anywhere near straight. It's completely wonky, but I've learned to just kind of live with those things. I'm not great at stamping in general, and especially with a date stamp, I find that they never line up where I think they're going to line up. So they're always a little bit off or a little bit wonky, or they have the wrong date, like I did last time. So yeah, it's just something that I have learned to live with. So I'm going to add that label. Luckily, because there's a grid here, it's pretty easy to get straight, just trying to get it in the right place uh, vertically, and then I can add those alphas on top there, just making sure that they're at least a little bit centered, as centered as I can get them on that label. And then I will go ahead and adhere down this die cut as well. It did have some little bits in the center of the O that I needed to punch out, but once I do that, I can just use my tape runner and stick that down. And then I decided to go ahead and just make this a really fun card. So after I stamp my dates, I'm going to just add some extra embellishments here and create some kind of clusters around this card just to jazz it up a bit. And again, I'm just adding all the colors. So I wanted all the colors to be on this card as well, as you'll see here in just a second. So there you go. There's my super uneven date stamping. Oh well, I don't I don't even I don't even try and fix it. Like, I'm just going to go with it. Okay, so I grabbed the chipboard pieces. There is a little arrow piece, and I can't read it from here. I don't quite remember what it said, but I'm thinking I want to add that. That's going to kind of tuck in between the oh hey and my week number. There's a little puffy sticker that I'm adding as well, and I'm thinking I'm just going to add all the things, add all the colors, get them all on this page, and just have fun with this spread, because really that's what this is about, right? Yes, it's documenting. Yes, I'm telling stories, but I'm also having fun. This is also my fun time. So I'm gonna just have fun with it. I'm gonna add that arrow right there, kind of tucks into the title. And then I'm going to add some more color with a few of these puffy stickers as well. I feel like it needs something on the other side, so I'm just trying to work out what works best there. I tried that little circle, but it didn't quite work. So I think Oh, I did add a staple. I think maybe I come back to that and add another little something later on. We'll see. I don't quite remember. Okay, moving on. I'm just working my way across the spread now. So I'm adding a die cut to the bottom of this photo of the beach. And I did decide to kind of hang it off the bottom because I didn't want it to cover up too much of my photo. But then I go ahead and add a few more pieces on top of here. So I'm not sure that that really mattered. So I'm going to add this die cut heart right here. And then there was a puffy sticker that said beach please. And I thought, oh my goodness, cannot get any more perfect than that. So I will end up adding that as well. I did add a puffy heart and a staple. Okay, so I'm going to jump around a little bit because I felt like as I was working through this that wreath that I had on this bottom photo just wasn't working. So instead, I'm going to stick with that little sunshine, the sun rays, and then this die cut that says here comes the sun. I'm going to layer those together because I really like the way that that looks, and then add that to the bottom corner of my photo here. Just like that. Once again, I'm hanging it off the edge, making the elements of your page interact with the edge. Just kind of makes it feel like things keep going, and like it's not all just kind of clustered inside this 12 by 12 page, but that things kind of extend beyond it. Okay, so this little die cut that I have says something like positivity, please. And I'm using it next to the only photo from this week that wasn't taken on vacation. So all of these are from our recent vacation, except for this one photo. And I was basically trying to recreate my vacation in my backyard. So we went to Sleeping Bear Dunes National Lakeshore. We spent lots of time on the lake and in the woods. We had excellent food, and that we mostly made ourselves because we were trying to socially distance while we were there. And I just didn't want to let go of that yet. So I blew up a little kiddie pool in my backyard, and I made a tiny little cheese plate and had a drink and just tried to relax after we got back and to recreate that kind of vacation feel. So that's why the positivity please really worked for me. I just added a tiny label below that so that I can add some handwritten journaling about this photo when I get to the journaling part of my spread. I'm going to add a little die cut on top of that photo, and then once again, I'm going to repeat that same idea and just add another puffy sticker in a different color. And I think this is where I realized that my stapler ran out of staples, and I did not bring any extra with me. So some of these puffy stickers will have staples and some of them won't. And I don't even think I went back and added staples later on. I think I just left it as it was. Not much you can do when you're several hours from home and run out of something that is not a standard supply that other people would have. So yeah, no big deal. I just let that go. Okay, so I'm repeating again the same process for the other photos. I am adding one of these little triangle pieces to each of the photos. Again, I'm hanging them off the edge so that they interact with the edges of my photos. And then again, layering a little heart die cut and a puffy sticker as well. So trying to get lots of color represented on each of these photos. I really like how colorful this page ends up looking. So again, repeating that same thing. For this one, I think, yep, I add a contrasting color heart. And then I think I am just about done with this page. So I go back up and add that beach please puffy sticker because I just saw it and realized how perfect it would be. I do add a puffy sticker down here at the bottom as well. I don't remember what that one says, and it's too small on my screen to see it, but I think then that's it. So I'm going to do my journaling off camera. I'm just going to handwrite it since I am away from home and don't have my typewriter. My only option is really to handwrite my journaling. I do look at the stamps, but I didn't really feel like it needed anything more than what's here. There were some that would have worked, but I end up just leaving it as is and calling it good. So there are lots of close-up photos coming up. You can see my journaling and all of the finished little bits and pieces. I hope you found some inspiration. I hope you will take up my challenge and try to just add lots of color to your next spread. Thank you all so much for watching. Please do remember to like this video and to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you all back here very soon.